So today's pick a card reading is, what are you manifesting into your life right now? What's leaving and what's coming in? Hi everyone, welcome back to another pick a card reading for the heart and soul. I'm Cheryl Harnish. Hi. And I'm the author of the Path of the Soul, Divine Guidance, and Return of Spirit Oracle cards that we're going to be using in our reading today. And I know I haven't posted for a couple weeks. I'm so sorry. You know what? I really have been missing doing the videos and stuff. So even though it's crazy right now and it's going to be for the next couple weeks, I'm sliding in time to do the video and I'm coming in hot. I don't even have my fingernails painted, but I needed to get this out to you. So just be patient with me for the next few weeks. And then after that, I'll be right back to posting very regularly. Okay. So today we are doing what is manifesting into your life, which always equates to also what is manifesting out of your life. Okay. So we're doing one tier today, and we're going to start here. This will be choice number 1, and we have our manifesting Buddha. Very appropriate. Choice number 2 is our abundance Buddha. And choice number 3 will be our peace Buddha. And choice number 4 is our prayers Buddha. Okay. So settle yourself, pause the video if you need. If you start a card choice and it doesn't seem to be resonating, just come back and make a different selection, because often that's just the issue. That's all. Okay. So I'm going to get us started. You make your choice. I'll see you in a sec. Hi, group 1. For those of you who have chosen our manifesting Buddha, we will put him right here. Okay, got to get out the other cards. So group 1, what is group 1 manifesting into their lives? What is group 1 manifesting right now? And we are going to choose out 2. There they are. Just like that. Awesome. Okay, so let's see what we have here. First card out is the music card. And I love this one because it looks like a pencil sketch. With that music card, I mean, sometimes it can be actually talking about music, things that relate to music, whether that's, working on music or creative projects in that way, whether it's talking about using sound and frequency for healing, chanting, mantras, anything in that realm. But the other thing that the music card is talking about is it's talking about being in this sort of flow with the natural rhythms in your life, because sometimes we're dancing at this kind of fast tempo. We want things to happen and we want things to move, but the rhythm, a tempo that's happening in your life right now can be more like this waltz. And it's kind of, this card is talking about, instead of using this kind of forceful energy to move the pace in your life, is to kind of come into yourself and into that place of just accepting the time frame that things are happening in, and to come into the flow with it. And in that, what happens is it's the same principle as letting go. When you're talking about manifesting, when you let go, things you are literally letting go to allow the universe to do its magic, right? And that's the same about using force to make things happen. And that's where it's more like trust and just coming into rhythm with what is and the acceptance of that. And that type of letting go, again, allows the universe to open up. So with that music card, I do have to say, I feel like it's like taking the pressure, the force kind of energy out of this. Okay. The other thing I have to say is I feel like because we're talking about what's manifesting in and out, I feel like there is less force, feeling like you need less force and feeling like you are in more of a flow state. So like, because it's a group reading, I don't know which one that is for you, but I know that you'll know in your heart which resonates. Wow. So the next card out is the Fearless card. Now, you know, this, it looks like almost like an eagle or bird shape with its wings spread out. And because the wings are spread out, you know, it's not like just a bird who's perched. This is talking about coming into that flight, into that motion of things moving forward. And like the big thing about that is feeling like, I guess the word I want to use is like a confidence almost. It's like feeling that you're safe to move forward with the things that you are wanting in your life, wanting to manifest or wanting to go after. And especially if some of these desires that you're looking to bring forward here relate to path and purpose, it can be really scary and really intimidating. And so this is talking about like an alleviation of that, you know, like the mind quieting down and giving you this space to like move forward with the things that you truly want. Okay. So what do we have next? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is the consciousness card, the brain getting infused with this like Skittles rainbow. And with that, it's 37, which comes to a 1, which is the beginning. The number 1 is the beginning of the cycle. It's like Aries energy. And the consciousness card, you know, usually it's talking about a change in your beliefs, a change in your perceptions, a change in your understanding of what story you're holding of yourself in the subconscious. But the other vibe that I'm getting from this is that feeling of like a change of consciousness in like really letting go and just putting out to the universe, this is what I want. This is where I need to take things. And then, you know, doing your part to manifest it and then letting go. Because twice I've got from cards that really don't seem like letting go, they're about letting go. So there's something about, you know, you're like, universe, I want this. But it's like, and the universe is like, you got to like loosen your grip a little bit here for us to be able to take it and turn it into this magical, you know, newness in your life. And so I feel like we've got both kind of things happening in this card where it's like, you know, doing the work that you need to do to change these beliefs and then that process of letting go. But because this is also what's manifesting into your life, I feel like they're talking about like moving into this state of being where your mind is working more for you than against you, which is usually most of the time the mind is working against us, and really operating from like a higher level or a higher place where you're in trust and having faith in the process of what's happening. The next card out, we have the joyous card. I love this because this is like two doves kissing and their tails are connected. And when you look closely, there is lines of vibrations all over this. Like it's a high energy card. And while the doves card is sometimes talking about relationships because doves represent love. So for some of you, this could be about this change in your mindset and beliefs and all of that, that helps to bring some sort of manifestation of an intimate partner. Like doves is more like real love and not just, you know, someone that you're infatuated with, right? So for some of you, it may be that. But the other big thing with the doves card is that with this circle that they create, this is talking about cycles. And this is literally talking about moving from an old cycle or pattern or way of being and moving into a new cycle, which, you know, that actually really fits with the cards that we've already pulled. So the other thing with that 7, 8, 9, that 9 energy in this is talking about a completion. So it's talking about like something is releasing here out of your life. It could be a past relationship, but I don't get that kind of vibe with it. I like so much of this reading is about you and your process that you're going through to manifest the good coming in. And I feel like this is a completely new cycle, that you're ending some old patterns and lifestyles and, you know, ways of being here that is going to bring you into this new. Oh, okay. This one has been a hot card for the last couple weeks, and so there's some message that you guys need to get. So we have the Lion Guide card, and I need to point out that this is number 33. It's a master number. It's a builder number. When you have the master numbers, they're talking about you overcoming your challenges in this. So I would have to say that some of you might be feeling a little bit disheartened with what you want to manifest, what you want to have come into your life, and what is actually coming in. And I feel like that's what that Doves card is talking about, the ending of that cycle. Because with the Lion Guide card, he is talking about owning your kingdom and realizing that, you know, this entire reality that you are experiencing is merely a reflection of what lives inside of you. And it's talking about like claiming the throne of your kingdom and your reality. So there's a huge amount of empowerment coming in here. So I really want to say to you guys, like, do not put any limits on what it is that you want to create in your life, because this is a powerhouse card that's coming in here. And it's kind of saying like, there is no limit. Like, how do you really want your life to look? Because anything and everything is possible. And when you wrap your mind and inner being around that, it's coming. Okay. So whew, there's a lot of energy in these cards, in that empowerment sort of feeling. So what do we have here? Okay. So the next card out is cellular healing. And I like that because that cellular healing, like, it does to me look like this cell in our body, and it's filled with these greens, which is healing, and the violet kind of colors, which is like this higher spiritual understanding or principle that's moving in this healing. And I feel like that cellular healing for some of you will be, it's talking about manifesting those changes that you want to have physically, whether that is in regards to like your physical health, or even like changes to your appearance, you know, with those things that just bug you about you, and making some positive change in that way, or seeing yourself with different eyes that are more loving and accepting of who you are. But there's also that healing element that, again, goes along with this whole consciousness and like manifesting mindset. That's the word that I've been looking for. It's like you guys are coming into this empowering, manifesting mindset, right? And really owning this reality out here. So No limits, okay? It's really important. Now, I am still doing personal readings. So if you would like a personal reading that is much more specific to you, all my info is down below. And I'm going to see you guys again really soon. Take care. Hi, group 2. How are you? For those of you who have chosen our Abundance Buddha, let's see what the cards have for you. So we're going to get out our last 2 from the Return of Spirit deck here. Group 2. What is Group 2 manifesting into their lives right now? What is Group 2 manifesting? Okay. Oh, I see them right now. I don't even need to go to the other ones down there. Okay. All right. Okay. First card out is the Contact card. Now, it's these 2 sides, this golden energy coming together in this like little fireball in the middle. And so this is talking about, usually it's talking about contact with a person, right? Like there's, so I'll need to get out the rest of the cards to see in what the context of this is. But there is something about making a connection or making a contact or hearing from someone, or you being able to connect with someone that is beneficial for you in some way, or that or someone that you've been wanting to hear from. But again, just let's see what the other cards are coming out here. Okay, the next one out is Frequency Shift. Now, this card is talking about like a change in your energetic state of being. And like this is what you are manifesting in. So I feel like there's been some time, attention, thought, effort going into like, what state am I in? Like, what state am I holding or carrying, and doing what you need to alter that. And so with that, any sort of shifting kind of card in card decks, there's usually a feeling that things might not be super stable right now, right? Because it's in this shift of altering, in this shift of change, altering from one to another. So just try to like breathe through that. But with that frequency shift card, it's almost like tuning, you are this radio and you're tuning into this higher frequency or higher station. And it's not just about what you put out, but what you get back in. Do you know what I mean? They're congruent. So I still need to see what the context is with this Contact card. Okay, so we have the Fairy Magic card. Now, with this one, deep inside here, it's like a spider's web. And there's these 2 fairies with their little wings and this fire. And usually the Fairy Magic card is talking about having a situation, and this could be in the past, or you've just come out of this situation where things got a little bit heated. There might have been some sort of argument, or even if it wasn't to that extreme, where something fell through with someone and it got you, like emotionally, and it's like feeling stuck on the spider web, like getting sucked into this whole situation. And with that Fairy's Magic card, it's talking about like rising above that situation. So if that is what has been happening for you, I have to say, I feel like that Contact card is making some sort of reference to that. And especially like when you look at them with the 3 together, you know, which is this change in your state and energy, and making like ending up communicating with whoever that person is, and I feel like I want to use the word like a healthy resolution, because that frequency shift is such a positive outcome kind of card. So I feel like there's resolution in that, but I feel like there's more to the story. So let's see what we've got going. Okay, so we have the Egyptian eagle card. So I mean, that bird shape is pretty easy to see here, and it's all reds and yellows. And that Egyptian eagle card is talking about like rising above situations, your life in general. It's talking about a change in perspective. Instead of being just like right down here in it and restricted with this kind of small view or vantage point, this is talking about like coming above, rising above this situation and seeing it as a whole. And it, you know, in a spiritual context, it's kind of like seeing it with this greater sort of consciousness, so that it's not just so much your personal experience, but with this greater viewpoint, right? And I really feel like they are talking about, you know, this story of seeing things in a different light. And that also includes you seeing yourself in a different light, because oftentimes we say and do things that we don't really mean or that we regret later. And, you know, sometimes we need to be able to see that we were only operating at the level of consciousness that we were at that time, and that it's okay. Because I really do feel like there is a resolution coming here and a higher spiritual understanding for you guys too. So let's see what else we have here. That's funny. Okay, so the next card out is the resolutions card. And this is like, it's almost like having these puzzle pieces that we need to like tweak and alter and shift to make them fit together in a way that the picture is right. And here I am saying, like, I keep feeling like there's some sort of resolution and contact with this person, and then we get the resolutions card. So whether this is a situation with a significant other, like an SP, or this is relationships at work, with family, like it's not defining it or limiting it. And so I feel like there's this sort of general like resolution coming in for you as far as your relationships are going. And especially like, I feel like what they're talking about here is getting this more, feeling more connected, maybe not so alone in your world here. So like, okay, I so get this, you guys. This is so funny. Okay, so the last card out is Earth Angel, and these are like 2 angel wings here. And that Earth Angel card, like, it's all these soft pinks and blues and greens, and like pink and green are the 2 colors that go with the heart chakra. And then we've got the blue, which is like this communication. And when that Earth Angel card comes out, that always says that you are this sensitive, beautiful little soul who is here to be in service. So I feel like in some way they're talking about that aspect of your life that you're working on manifesting in. How do I be in service? And, you know, how do I do something that's meaningful and makes a difference in the world? So I feel like there's clarity coming in for you in that way. However, the thing that really caught me with this card is that most often people who are empaths and sensitives, who tend to draw in these difficult relationships, you know, sometimes with people who are not really healthy and aren't capable of creating the kind of relationships that we truly need. And I feel like there's a resolution coming in that, so that whatever this was in the past, there's either a resolution in those relationships so that you're back in contact and it's working at a different level, that particular relationship, or that it is that seeing what went on in that old relationship and this change within yourself, more coming more from your higher self, higher energy, and in that shift, connecting with people who are more like-minded, who are operating from their heart and more supportive in that way. So I guess the big thing I want to say with this energy is I feel like there is more connection and support coming in for you here in relationships in a way that is much more congruent and healthy and heart-centered. Okay, now this is just a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, I am still doing them. All my contact info is down below, and I want to say this is awesome for you guys. This is a huge breakthrough coming, and I want to send you all my love, and I will see you guys again soon. Take care. Hi, group 3. How are you? So, for those of you who chose our Peace Buddha, let's see what the cards have for you. Group 3. What is group 3 manifesting into their lives right now? Group 3. What are they manifesting into their lives right now? Okay. So, where's my second? This is definitely my first. Okay, you guys. There it is. All right. Okay, first card out is the Caretaker card. So with that, I mean, this is talking about having to, maybe that you're naturally one of these people who gives and has a hard time saying no and is always like, well, I'll help you with that and I help everybody with everything. And in that kind of doing, you get lost. There's, you take care of everyone else and you put yourself last. And with that Caretaker card, I feel like they're talking about that changing. And so, I don't feel like it's like, you're like, I won't help anybody anymore. But I feel like it's more about going, okay, so, this giving, like I matter too, and I need to put myself up here at the top of the tier as what's most important. Like, how they say on the airplane, you put your oxygen mask on first, and then for your children and other people, right? And this is kind of like that same energy where it's coming into you being able to put your oxygen mask on first, and you start to nurture and take care and give to yourself first so that your well is full to be able to give to other people. Now, the other thing with the Caretaker card is that this is often talking also about boundaries, and it is about being able to say no when you need to, and knowing that it's okay to say no. It's not a big issue. And also, boundaries within relationships that help to create a more healthy environment within the relationships. Okay, so let's get out the rest of the cards and see what it is they're talking about here. Okay, so the next card out is Simplicity. Now, this, as far as what you're manifesting into your life right now, I don't think there could be a better card, because that Simplicity card is talking about things not feeling like they're so friggin' complicated sometimes. And, you're like, in order for this to manifest here, this, and this need to happen, and how am I ever gonna? And then, the mind is just going. And the universe is kind of saying, like, just relax with this. Like, have a little faith, have a little trust yourself as ability and your ability as a manifester, and that how this process happens is simple. It's beyond our understanding. And I feel like they're talking about this, the word is ease. That's what I'm looking for. Like this ease coming in here for you, where it's like, okay, I just need to do this, or this is just unfolding, and there's not so much of this mental energy needed to deal with the complicated things in your life. There's some sort of ironing out of this stuff here coming up, okay? So the next card out. All right, so we have the Awakening card, and this one is a powerhouse because, okay, we've got all this red, and then we've got this golden energy, and these are like, they kind of take on this heart shape all around it. So this one is kind of like waking up, like waking up to the truth of who you are, waking up to the reality, the truth of what your reality is. But the other big thing with this is that it's talking about you waking up to your spiritual and creative gifts and power, which is a tremendous. So I feel like there's a whole lot more in this reading, like there's a lot more energy coming out from you guys here. And it is switching from, you know, taking care of everybody else and worrying about the world and worrying about everything to this, it's okay, and I'm going to focus on me now. And like I feel like because it is talking about this waking up to your spiritual gifts and spiritual power, this is kind of like realizing that you have greater gifts in particular areas that maybe you've always wanted to do those things but felt like you weren't talented enough, you know, because we judge ourselves so harshly. And I feel like there's an opening in those areas. So whether it's like intuition or anything that's artsy or creative or business wise, it's a coming to see your gifts and even manifesting your gifts, because you literally can manifest skills, talents, and attributes that you want to have. You certainly can. So I feel like they're talking about that coming in. The next card. Oh, okay. So we have Cosmos of the Heart, and I need to point out that this is a master number 22 here. So with Cosmos coming out, this is talking about honoring what your heart is telling you that you want and need in your life. Instead of, you know, the mind will say, oh, I want the affluence and abundance and the, you know, the fancy car. The mind always goes for those sort of things. And this is talking about manifesting in, and I feel like they are talking about these things starting to come in that are really more congruent with your heart and your higher self and your truth. So, you know, it's abundance, but it's not about that show of wealth. It's about that abundance where my needs are taken care of and I am taken care of. I have everything that I need, and that it gives you that space and breathing room in your life to be able to go, I've got the space, now I can focus on these things that I've really wanted to do in my life. Okay, so the next card. Oh, so isn't that interesting? We have two master numbers. So we have master number 11 and master number 22 coming in here. And with this card is called Infinite Possibilities. And there are two double spirals spiraling out here. And then you have the infinity symbol here. And that green is the heart, which it totally goes with the Cosmos of the Heart card. But this is working it on in this with the violet on the spiritual principles. Again, we're talking about these spiritual principles. But that Infinite Possibilities card is literally saying that there is no limit to what you can manifest. It is literally only capped or blocked by what your mind believes is possible. So I feel like this is talking about you really conquering that part of your mind that, you know, sets your limits within here, within what the mind says is acceptable or doable, and really coming down in here into your truth and going, okay, what do I really need? And this is possible, because there's no limit. It's infinite possibilities. So I really want you guys to absorb that in, okay? The last card that you guys have is the happiness card. And, oh, isn't that interesting? So we have 22, 11, and then 3, and this one is 12. So, which equals 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I feel like that's kind of saying, like, step by step, one step at a time. This is, you're growing into this, okay? But with this happiness card coming in here, I feel like they're talking about this combination, because it's 12, 1 and 2, and we have 11 and 22, that they're talking about this combination is bringing you this, which is happiness. This card is called happiness. So they're talking about you really coming from your heart about the truth of what you want and realizing that you can have it. You can have it, okay? And with that happiness card, I know you can see this big smile in here, and it's hard to see these ripples, but there's this huge rippling of energy coming out. And in the booklet, I wrote, like, this is talking about coming into a place of, like, being happy. And it's not that stupidness happy, like, but this is more like a deep inner contentment where you find you're smiling for no particular reason, because things are just good. And with that, like, that deep joy and that deep contentment, in the rippling, it's talking about it almost like being contagious and like having this really positive effect on the environment around you. So like on people, on animals, on anything that's living. And I feel like, you know, they really are talking about you manifesting the things that are truly authentic and sincere in your heart that you are wanting. I feel like they are talking about you getting those things and coming to that place of feeling sincerely happy, right? Okay, so this was just a group reading. If you would like a personal reading, which is much more specific to you, I am available for readings, and all my information is down below. I'm really excited for you guys. Don't let your mind interfere in this process. Don't listen to whatever it has to say. Oh, Cheryl, I don't think that's possible. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. So I love you guys. I will see you again very soon. Take care. Hi, Group 4. How are you? For those of you who have chosen our Prayers Buddha, I love that little amethyst there. Oh, yes. Let's get out our extra cards. So, Group 4, what is Group 4 manifesting into their lives? What is Group 4 manifesting into their lives? Okay, so, all right, so I'm going to go with these two. It's so nice to be back doing readings for you guys. It's exciting for me. Okay, so what do we have here? Nice. Nice. So first one out of the gate is the immunity card. And I feel like the main message with that immunity card, see, this is like one of the antibodies cells that are in our body, and the antibodies go out and like attach onto viruses and bacteria and foreign objects and remove them from us. And so that immunity card is talking about building up an immunity in you toward the things, people, events, situations outside of you that maybe in the past would deeply affect you. Like that somebody could say something intentionally or even not intentionally, and those words like echo and rebound off your head, and like I call it Velcro brain. You know, you hear it and it sticks to your brain like Velcro, right? And even like things that people do, actions that they take, or the way that events unfold, and it comes in and it has this huge impact on us, and then we're reacting to that. And this immunity card is talking about this sort of way of being where you aren't as affected by these things that are happening in this reality outside of you, because it's almost like your understanding of the fact that anything you see in the world out here is actually a mirror, just a reflection of what lives inside of your subconscious as far as your beliefs and perceptions and mindsets about the world and people. And through that deeper understanding of that, it brings you into this place of not being as affected. So you see it happening. And instead of reacting, which just creates more manifesting of that issue, you're like, look what's happening in the mirror. Well, and then you come back in here in this really strong way. You're like, I'm going to change that through changing your subconscious beliefs. So that's a powerful card. I have to say, because this is spiky and of what's happening in the world, I do have to say, I feel like they're talking about if you were wanting the vaccine and couldn't get it, I feel like that's coming up for you too. I have to add that in. Next one out is the starseed card. Oh, okay, I'm excited. I'm not sure what the context of this one is, because the starseed card is talking about you guys. You guys get this? You're the lone wolves. It's feeling like you're here, this lone wolf, and you're looking for your pack in life, and you're like, it is really feeling like there's you inside this bubble and then the rest of the world, and not feeling like you fit in, like, where do I belong sort of energy. And so I feel like they're talking about some sort of breakthrough in that feeling of aloneness. But I also feel like there's this kind of coming into your own and going, yeah, I do, march to the drum of my own beat, and really owning yourself in some way. But it's definitely about this feeling of fitting in. So somehow, just let me get out the rest of the cards and I'm going to come back to this, okay? All right, so the next one out is the third eye card. Now that third eye card, like, it's all these violety, bluey, violety colors, right? And that is like these two here. So there is some sort of awakening, some sort of opening, whether that's actually like intuition. If you've been working on your intuition, I feel like they're talking about like that is manifesting, unfolding here, this greater intuitive connection and feeling more connected with spirit, like less alone. But it could be about seeing things differently, like more with like a spiritual eye than these very limited human eyes. Okay, so again, I'm not sure where this is going, so I have to get out the rest of the cards here and see. We'll go in order here. Wow. Okay, we have a master number 11, and we have the inflow card. And this is like metallic chakra energy, like running through. So it tells me that there's this new flow of energy coming in here for you guys. So I'd have to say with that, inflow and that immunity card and the starseed card. You guys have likely been feeling like you're more like riding the low level of things, like just kind of getting through each day, and it's just kind of, and I feel like they're talking about this kind of, not like just a spike, like, bipolar, but I feel like they're talking about this kind of energy coming in here where you're like, yeah, I feel good. I see things in a different way. I'm, perceiving myself in this world in a different way. And I've got this energy, and, it's master number 11. So it is a very spiritual number here, right? And it's like, because 11 master numbers are overcoming challenges, right? Builder numbers. And I feel like they're talking about overcoming that low energy and that lack of passion and drive and all of that, and kind of getting like this second wind and feeling that kind of flowing through you. It's very empowering, that feeling that comes with that card. Oh, we have not seen this card in quite some time. So this is a relationship. My belly is growling. I hope you guys can't hear that. I did eat. That's why it's growling. This is the intimacy card. And this is like this big fractal rose. And we're looking into the center of this rose. And there's two spirals coming in from each side. And this red rose represents like love and romantic love. But the intimacy card, it's not always romantic love, but because we can have very deep intimacy with our friends or certain family members and stuff too, emotional intimacy, right? But more often it is talking about romantic, but this is a group reading, so the story is going to be different for each of you. But I feel like, because this card, the starseed card, and this is the one I pulled for you guys on camera, this one is talking about being alone or feeling alone, and this one is talking about having that intimacy and that true heart connection. So whether this is you're wanting to manifest a new relationship coming in, whether that's romantic or in friendships, I feel like they're talking about some sort of new relationship coming in here that is that kind of a relationship that is very, like, has that strong foundation in trust, respect, mutual love, mutual care, mutual concern, and it gives like that feeling of companionship. Like I have a somebody that I love here and who loves me, and that we're supporting each other, because again, Starseed card is that aloneness, lone wolf looking for their pack. And then we have this card kind of saying, we know you're feeling that way, but it isn't going to remain that way, because this energy is coming in here. And I really feel like for many of you, this is even just talking about having like a good friend, like a true BFF who really is as there for you as you will be there for them. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Ooh, okay. So we have the Archangel Michael card, and this has been he's been coming out a lot, I would say, like in the last 6 weeks. So there's a lot of changes going on in relationships, because Archangel Michael is a relationship card. And like this could be talking, because often Michael is talking about cutting cords, like with love, getting that, having that support to feel like it's okay to let this person go, or let these types of relationships go. And I feel like they are talking about this letting go of old relationships that their time is done. They no longer serve to help you learn. They no longer serve to help you grow. They're really like a malignancy, and it's time to let them go, because you're coming into this sort of flow and this immunity, this detachment from that old way of having relationships, and coming into this with Michael, into this new way of having relationships that are healthy, that are truly emotionally, mentally, spiritually intimate, and like where your hearts are really connected with each other. Okay. The other thing with that Michael card, because he is also represents this throat chakra, I feel like, especially with the inflow card coming here, that they are talking about you really coming into that place where you are more detached and more able to just kind of go, I'm going to speak my truth now. And you start to get a little bit more brave in sharing yourself with the world out here. So I feel like, especially for some of you who might be wanting to do something that is, putting yourself out there in the world a little bit more, I feel like that Archangel Michael card is definitely supporting that. But I have to say, because we have an Angels card, which is like, ascendant masters, archangels, higher beings, and we have the third eye card, that I feel like they are talking about some higher connection. Starseed cards are talking about people who are, their souls have originated more from a galactic source, if you want to put it that way. And there's something about like intuitively making a stronger connection here to the higher realms of being. And so if that is not something that you're into or are working on, I feel like there's still, even if you're not intending to manifest that or work on that, that there still is this somebody over there is coming to connect with you, right? And I feel like you're also building a strong, intimate relationship with spirit. Like, it's not just here in the physical. I feel like they've got multiple stories going on here. So I really need to say to you guys, get ready, because the change is coming. The change is coming within you about how you feel about yourself in the world, and really kind of taking charge of this reality and not feeling like you need to react to it like, oh, I'm so alone, because you realize what's living in there, and you work to change your subconscious beliefs, which changes the reflection in the mirror out here and brings in these new people, persons or people, and also a strengthening in your intuition and your spiritual connection. Okay, so this was a group reading. If you would like a personal reading, which is much more specific to you, all my info is down below. You guys have a lot of big things coming. So with that, I'm going to send you my love. I really am so glad to see you guys again, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.